All right, we are live on YouTube. Let's create the event with Discord, and then we're going to jump into it. All right, Discord event is up. We had one more thing to do. What was it? Oh, pin comment. This is a project. Absolutely no backseat coding. All right, there we go. What's up, Anonymous? Good morning to you as well. How you doing? Yo, we're ready. Let's dive in. Oh, really? Sarah created this. That's interesting. I didn't know her name was Sarah. She stopped by a couple times a while back when we were doing the command line stuff. She really likes command line. Doing all right, just chilling. Nice, nice. Yeah. I want it to get warmer, honestly. I was going to say it's a good morning, but I really want it to get warmer already. All right. We okay. It looks like we're going to need the command line. The chat will overlap a little bit. That's okay. Is what it is. All right. English only. We'll clear it out of chat. But I also want to warn English only. There we go. All right. Let's go. We're going to build a simple video game based on the classic Asteroids. If you've never played the game before, you can take a look at this, slightly different from our version of the game. Python. Okay, cool. Learning goals. The learning goals of this project are introduce you to multi-file Python projects, show you a real-world use case for object-oriented programming, to have a ton of fun building a rewarding project. The goal is not to teach game development or the math required for physics. Simulations, as a result, there are some places where you will simply copy-paste code that we wrote for you. Okay. Don't worry about trying to understand every detail. If it's not interesting to you, you will be asked to write the parts that matter most. To get started, make sure you have the Boot.dev CLI installed and working. All right, let's run these tests. Let's do it. Okay, Boot.dev upgrade. and then run this test. Let's go. Oh, we should do the chest. All right, installation. We are going to use Pygame and a virtual environment to develop our game. Pygame is a module for developing games using Python. It provides simple functions and methods for us to easily draw images without a GUI window and handle user input. Virtual environment, Venv. I've actually been using this as I've been kind of exploring local AI stuff. Virtual environments are Python's way to keep dependencies separate from other projects on our machine. For example, we need Pygame version 2 for this project, but another project on your computer might require version 1. Joe Pye, thanks for the follow. Welcome. As a best practice, each Python project on your machine should have its own virtual environment to keep them isolated from each other. Create a new directory and Git repository for this project somewhere on your computer. All right. Create a virtual environment. I'm just going to actually create a GitHub project on GitHub. All right, got to log into password manager 1 second. Got to do 15,000 authentications. 1 second. Okay, now we scan it. Okay. I switched over to 1Password. I do like it. I have a good track record too, but why? Oh, I gotta, okay. Skip tutorial. I don't care about any of this. Okay. Do we get the autofill yet? Yes. All right, there we go. Okay, authentication code. We got another one. All right, we are in GitHub. Let's go. Excuse me. I don't know what that means. Let's see. All right, so asteroids. All right, we have the repo. Oh, there we go. You know what I'll do? I'll put the put this right here. Why not? I like it. Yep, this is true. All right. Were we supposed to name it something? Great. Hold on, I'm actually gonna name it here too. CD. Oops. How do we remove a directory? RMRF? Okay. Okay, so let's go back, settings. Actually, it might not matter. I bet you it doesn't matter. At the top level of your project directory. Okay. All right. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Requirements in the top level of your project directory? What do you mean project directory? Are you talking about specifically the project of the asteroids or of all my projects? I think it just meant of the Python game. So how to, okay, so to leave then. That does not work. I think no. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to reopen this. Project directory, what like I don't like having this the same tier of all my other projects, but is that what's meant? My headset just went out. Why? What would you consider a directory? Like a directory of all my projects or just this project? So it looks like he's already in the asteroids folder. I'm going to assume he created this within asteroids. That's what I'm going to assume. Yep, that's what I'm going to assume. All right, let me bring this up. Hey, good morning, Kelsey. How you doing? What was it? Cat. That's what I'm thinking of. Cat. All right, cool. Just trying to refresh my commands. $25 to 25. Oh, 0.1. I didn't see that one. Okay. I don't care about that. All right. Okay. I think it's installed. Let's go. All right. We are ready. I took a coding class in Python where we built a neural network. I did okay at first, and then it got crazy. Nice. Sounds fun. Hell yeah. What's up, Dan? I'm good. Just studying. Got hit with a ton of snow. Wow. Man. I don't want any more snow. It's like the first year I've ever said that. I usually like snow. Damn. All right. Anonymous loves snow. Now that we have Pygame installed, let's write just a bit of boilerplate code so that we have a runnable program to work on. All right. Create a new file called main. Write a main function that simply prints asteroids. Use this exact text. Okay. We probably shouldn't be using nano. Hold on. All right. What was the shit? What, main? Okay. Main pie. Nope. No installation. Are we gonna be doing? We're probably gonna be writing a lot of code. I wonder if I should put VS Code here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play around with it a little bit. Add this statement to the end of the file. I mean, I probably... We'll see what the next lesson is. This line ensures main function is only called when the file is run directly. It won't run if it's imported as a module. Ah, gotcha. Okay. It's considered the Pythonic way to structure an executable program in Python. Technically, the program will work fine by just calling main. But you might get an angry letter from Guido. I'm guessing this guy's Python bro. He created it. He's a creator of Python. Okay. Didn't know that. We learned something new. Dude, Python feels like a cult. It's just way more than JavaScript. It's so weird. It's so weird. All right, run the program. Oh, wonderful. Main name is not defined. Did you mean min? We don't have main. But where is main? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. To the end of the file. Oh, literally step 3. I see. Write a main function that simply prints starting asteroids. I'm a dummy. I was so used to it just like giving me what to write. I'm kind of surprised that it's challenging me. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, you rollerblade, Kelsey? Yeah, it is a false spring. I agree. March is a false spring. The one who types, what's up? I went for a walk just last time it snowed. I liked it. Driving in it? Yeah, no. Dude, after I slipped on black ice, I don't even want to walk on snow. Oh, damn, you guys have been... Okay. No, Don, I do not. Okay. Just a guess. Snow is pretty if you're inside all day looking through the window, but sucks to walk drive in. Very true. Yeah. I think it was the black ice that ruined my love for snow. Now I want to move away from it. I'm done with it. Well, I don't think we need to do much with the command line, so I think what I'll do, honestly, is move the command line. Is it going to be too squished? Nah, that's all right. That's just fine. You guys don't even need to see the right side anyways. All right, it'd be a massive pain if we had to fit all of our code into a single file. Importing. In Python, each Py file is a module, and we can import functions, variables, and classes from one module into another with the import statement. The name of the module is the file name without the Py extension. Okay. Gotcha. If you want to import everything from a module, you can use the asterisk from database import all. However, it's generally recommended to avoid wildcard imports as they make your code harder to read and debug. You can read more about this in the Python style guide. All right, constants. Games often have a lot of magic numbers to represent things like player speeds, item cost, and attack damage. We will use this file as a place to store those kind of constant values. What? All right. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. We are going to reduce this. There we go. Increase that. Ooh, perfect. That's not bad at all. Import everything from constants into main Py. All right, I can look on this screen. So import, it's weird. It's not, oh, it's from. Okay, I was gonna say if we type like import and then the file name, that doesn't read right. From constants, import. I mean, to import every individual constant, that's crazy. All right, we'll do it. Min radius, kinds, spawn rate, and max radius. Print out the screen width and screen height values when May is run. Okay, so we keep this. Screen width. screen height. All right. Let's go. Just got back into rollerblading a year ago. Used to do it all the time when I was younger. Glad to be doing it again. Yo, let's go. Bring back the childhood goodies. I love it. What did I used to do as a child that I want to bring back? Anything? Not really. It's too reckless. Well, lifting. I love the lifting aspect. That sounds fair, Don. How's the arm doing? I don't know. It's on and off. On Wednesday, maybe Wednesday. Probably get the blood test my doctor ordered for inflammation stuff. I need to get that done. I just honestly haven't had the money for the test, so I actually got quite a bit of affiliate money lately, along with the Scrimba stuff for the course, so I'll probably go get those tests done Wednesday. I want it to be better. Like it doesn't bother me except when I do push exercises. Like if I do heavy push, I gotta avoid stuff like that, or it hurts. Or I can do it, but I can't do it at 100%, and then it's sore afterwards. So at this point, I feel like it should be better. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't worn the brace, but I don't know. I feel like it should have healed by now. I wonder if it's my wrist posture, because I can feel like my forearm muscles they're tight. I might need to adjust this a little bit. I don't know. Let me widen this. See if that helps. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, when I fell on black ice, I hurt my, like, on the right side of my tailbone. It hurt for, like, 2 months. I kept thinking, like, or 2.5. It took 2.5 months to heal. Like, did I break it, or? I know I didn't break it because it wasn't in a lot of pain. It's just when I did push-ups. I was in a little bit of pain. Or not push-ups, sit-ups. It took 2.5 months to heal. So it might just take a while. All right. Are we good? I think we are. I'll do it over here. No. Oh, can only concatenate string, not int. Doesn't convert like JavaScript. Okay. I want my wrist to be better. I really do at this point. I'm going to get the blood test and then maybe try to force myself to wear the brace a little bit more often. I don't know. Yeah, I could feel my forearm, even in my right wrist, is tight. It's got to be my keyboard posture, my wrist posture. Just like weakening my wrist or something. I don't know. I have a split keyboard. I got the wrist pads. I don't. Maybe it's like the height. I don't know. I feel like I've just been dealing with a lot of inflammation problems where, like, I shouldn't be having some of these problems, but I think I got to tackle the inflammation thing. All right. There we go. Let's go. Hell yeah. We got player. All right. How many months since you had the accident? I don't remember. Maybe you guys do. I don't really remember. It was, you know, it was very cold in winter. It was actually, I think I was like going into the new year, I got more affiliate money or whatever, or a bigger contract with something. and I decided to, oh, yeah, I think it was like beginning of January. I had to get surgery on my meniscus in high school from a wrestling injury. What is a meniscus? All right. Game loop. Video games are generally built using a game loop. The simplest game loop has 3 steps. Check for player inputs, update the game world, and draw the game to the screen. To create a good user experience, these 3 steps need to happen many times per second. Okay. So, super useful throughout this project. Okay. Initialize Pygame at the beginning of your main function. Okay, initialize. Beginning of your main function. Pygame.init. Ensure our predefined constants are imported at the top. Okay. Oh, now you're telling me to use this? What the fuck? I thought the Python creator was going to yell at me. Because this is a smaller project and we don't risk conflicting import names, we're going to use a wildcard for convenience. All right. Fine. I would rather do this. All right. Use Pygame's display set mode to get a new GUI window. But are we doing this in main? I mean, we're doing this in the main file. I mean, I'm probably just going to do it in main. What? Oh, right. It creates a tuple, right? The parentheses. All right. For now, we'll only worry about step 3, drawing the game onto the screen. Use an infinite while loop for the for loop. At each iteration, it should use the screen's fill method to fill the screen with a solid black color. Okay. I gotta remember Python well. While. Okay. All right. Use the screen's fill method. Let's look up that. Takes in a color, a solid black color. Do we have to say like solid or thin? Okay. Well, I mean, okay. While true, let's see. In the while loop? Use Pygame's flip method to refresh the screen. Be sure to call this last. It's a good idea to run and test your game frequently as you write code to make sure it's working. If you're on a Mac, wait until step 8 before doing this. Okay. You should see a black window open and stay open. Close the game and kill the program with Control-C. Add the following code to the beginning of each iteration of the game loop. Tico, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Okay, so for event in pygame.event.get, if event type, I'm guessing we can't quit without it, return. This will check if the user has closed a window and exit the game loop. If they do, it will make the Windows close button work. Venv. Why? Oh, it's two. Okay. It made it look like this was a subdirectory of this just because of the underscore, like visually. I'm like, why is it on a second line? These files can be regenerated so they don't need to be tracked. Make a git commit. It's a good idea to commit your progress. I like this. Teaching good habits. Dude, I recommend, like, oh man, I triggered a lot of people on LinkedIn with what do I post about how you should commit early and commit often, and an empty Git tree is a bit of a red flag for employers. Like, there's just no reason to have it. Dude, I triggered a lot of like really old people in the programming community that like gave very niche reasons of why they don't have a like an activity feed. Which some of it was bullshit because even like private repos, you could still push it to your activity feed. And it's like some of them didn't know that. But like, yeah, as a new developer, I hope you guys are not getting advice telling you otherwise. But commit early, commit often. There's just no there are plenty of people who just don't keep up with coding. And they're not actually building anything. And it's just a red flag to employers. So please, commit early, commit often. LinkedIn's fun to trigger. I like triggering LinkedIn. It's actually pretty easy too. All right, so let's test this out. Oh, whoops. I almost want to put the command line stuff elsewhere. We'll pair the editor with this. That's the way to go, I think. I think that's fair advice. I don't know why people get so offended easily. I don't know. I don't know. And then I had a couple people. So Anonymous, essentially, like I said, like a red flag of kind of a bad developer, and I specified like newer developers. A developer who isn't like really coding is someone who does not have a activity feed. There's like no green, and I'm like, you can fake it. But if you have an empty one, it's a bit of a red flag for employers because a lot of developers won't build stuff. Like a lot of aspiring developers won't build stuff. So I had a lot of like really old folks, like who, I don't know, say they've been in the industry for 20 years, tell me how their private projects, their private IP projects for their company couldn't be tracked to the activity feed. And yeah, it can. You could actually push that activity from private to your activity feed just to show activity. So you can't do that. So I don't think they were aware of that. And then some of them argue like, well, I use GitLab for this reason, a GitLab superior. I'm like, I don't care about any of this. I'm talking about new developers. New developers should be on GitHub. They should commit early, commit often. That's it. But like people were not having that. And then I don't know. They just got triggered. I think they were just people, honestly, who just did not like GitHub. And they got triggered. We shouldn't push these habits to new developers. I don't know. I feel like sometimes the advice given from like people who have been senior developers for a long time, or at least self-claim they have, I think there's just a what do you call it? That's on the tip of my tongue. There's just a disconnect. There's a disconnect between senior developers and like what junior developers are going through. That where like sometimes people think, oh yeah, this advice is coming from a senior developer, I have to follow this advice. No, there's a lot of bad advice for junior devs from senior devs. You got to be careful. You got to find that right person that you trust. Yeah, GitHub repo. They felt called out. They did, honestly. And so obviously I memed, and I definitely memed on, or I didn't meme on them. I was just a smartass, and I said, you know, for some of the people in my comments, like if you struggle with Git stuff, that's okay. You know, sometimes we forget stuff. Highly recommend you check out Boot.dev and go through the Git course. And then some of them didn't like that either, and so they went to my other posts and just shit on my other post. But LinkedIn is fun. This is what I like about LinkedIn. It's really easy to trigger people, and all they do is like boost my other post or boost my profile and my other post on people's feeds. I love it. It's so good. It's, oh man, I have fun with LinkedIn. All right, so let's do this. The fuck just happened? Oh. Pygame has no attribute fill. Really? Okay, we'll figure that out. LinkedIn can be cancer sometimes. It can be. It's really cringe. One thing I hate about LinkedIn is I get so many suggested posts about like pro AI stuff and like AI generated videos, and I keep marking it like I'm not interested in this topic, and LinkedIn keeps pushing it anyways. It's just so obnoxious. I don't even like my LinkedIn feed. So usually if people are like reposting, and it's usually suggested posts from people I don't even follow, I would rather see stuff from people I follow. And then if people I follow keep posting that garbage, I just unfollow them. But I can't even do that because of the suggested posts now. You keep getting AI jobs? You mean like AI posts? Yeah, I'm talking about the LinkedIn feed. I think you mean AI posts. All right, so Surface. Okay. I think it's .surface.fill. Nope. Where's an it? Okay, let's... I think we have access to the methods Like, where we just do, like, fill, black, and then flip. No, so... Okay. I think we just have access to the methods when we import the entire thing. But apparently some of those methods have to be chained off of this. I don't know. I wonder if fill is like a Python thing. But no, we're talking about fill with the Pygame. All right, let's try it. Why is this way over here? I hate how my Mac screens get reordered. Okay. Name fill is not defined. Where are we importing fill from? It's Pygame surface fill. Okay, Pygame. What is surface, though? That's not something we have to define, right? Maybe. Is this text that describes the color? Black. Color is the first parameter. I don't understand those. Like, it didn't use color for the first parameter, it just said self-grid. I guess wonder, what is self-grid? All right, so anyways, I think, like, we're just going to try Pygame, even though it's not auto-completing. Maybe because we don't have that extension installed, but I don't think so. Oh, we got a fill. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, if we could use fill by just importing this, it was a little confusing. Oh my god, can you come over here? Stop bumping to the left. Okay. We'll debug it. Thought you needed X import. Let me TV Josh, oh no. Let me play around with it a bit more before you like backseat code. Let's see. No rectangle argument is given, the entire surface will be filled. Okay, so the problem just is, well, let me write it again. Fill. You know what I can do? I can push this over here. This works. Fill is not defined. Yeah, I hope you didn't give me the answer. Are automatically imported. Be aware that some of the Pygame modules are considered optional and may not be available. Ah, shit. I think you gave me the answer. That sucks. Locals. Oh, this feels like a Twitch song, Kelsey. Kind of like a Twitch meme song, something you'd hear in a lot of streamers' playlists. This is what I'd like here in Soda Poppin's playlist. Hmm. So even importing here, Pygame package represents the top level package for others to use. Pygame itself. Who is Soda? Oh, Soda Poppin is a streamer. Does a lot of, like, he's a variety game streamer. He's been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. That's what I followed him for a long time ago. But he does this thing called Shit Show Saturday, which I like. If I get time, I'll watch a little bit of it. But he'll just play like a variety of like random new indie games, and I'll just try out a bunch of games, and you can kind of see if like you like any of them and if you want to play them. Yeah, he gets angry a lot, but the way he does it is just funny. Let's see. Most of the top level variables in Pygame have been placed inside a module called Pygame locals. This is meant to be used with from Pygame locals import all. In addition to import Pygame. When you import Pygame, all available Pygame submodules are automatically imported. Be aware that some of the Pygame modules are considered optional. That's interesting that it's autofilling. Maybe we have to do this. What the fuck? All right. If any of you have any suggestions on what I'm missing, feel free to suggest them. Otherwise, I'm going to keep working at it. I'm going to try this again and see if it errors out. Descriptor fill. Descriptor doesn't apply to a string object. Doesn't apply to a string. Is it saying we can't pass in a string? What structure is it expecting? I'm going to ask Boots. Confirm. Oh, screen fill? Oh. I guess reading through the documentation a bit more might have told me that. Display. How am I supposed to? Okay. Did we miss this in the documentation? Oh, it literally says display flip, which Pygame display flip. Okay. All right. That's misread. But the screen thing, I don't know. I feel like that would have been tougher to get. All right, so we have screen fill black, and then Pygame display flip. Let's run this. Nice. Let's go. Hell yeah. And then let's get rid of the locals thing. There it is. All right, flip. All right, cool. We are done with this documentation. I mean, this is just library API stuff, so. All right, cool. Return All right, let's... How do we get the... Did we lose the menu? How do we get the menu back? We should have the menu to be able to copy and paste that stuff. Crap. We gotta refresh. Okay, it's taking a while. What? Oh, no. We lost it. We lost the menu. Anyone going through the Boot.dev stuff, do you know how to get that menu back? Oh, does it not have a thing? Oh, it doesn't have a test we have to run. Okay. Interesting. That's why. Okay. My screens are all out of whack. All right. Do we have this fixed? I think we do. All right, so we have the game loop. Everything's running smooth. The window painting black and closing properly. You're ready to move on to the next step. All right, cool. We got it. All right, so we are getting some pre-rolls. We got to get rid of those. We're going to take a few minutes break and then pick it up again. And keep pushing forward a little bit. All right, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I want to get some mint tea too. I'm almost thinking, let me look at my to-do list. What do I need to do? I do have to fit housekeeping stuff in each day, but now that I'm live streaming a lot more often, I gotta figure out where to tackle this stuff. Damn. Um, I think we could do maybe so I have to create a thumbnail for the Nest.js course. I have to do the why Boot.dev Twitch panel. So I can just point people to stuff like that. I have to update the Twitch description. I gotta update quite a bit, actually. I think we'll do this one last step, and then I'll probably I'm gonna stay online, but I gotta get some stuff done, and I'll do it on stream. That's what I'm thinking. It'll probably just be on Twitch though. That's what I'll probably do. Well, I could do it on YouTube for a little bit. All right, I was just thinking through that. Let's go ahead and push forward a little bit. All right, right now our game is redrawing. Music is kind of loud, is it? Not? Or is mic a little bit soft? Right now our game is redrawing the screen as fast as it possibly can. This causes it to use a lot more CPU than it actually needs. Delta time. In math, the Greek letter delta is often used to represent a change in a value. In game development, we use delta time to represent the amount of time that has passed since the last frame was drawn. This value is useful to decouple the game's speed from the speed it's being drawn to the screen. If your computer speeds up, the asteroids shouldn't also speed up. Conversely, if your computer slows down, the asteroids shouldn't also slow down. They would just move less smoothly. FPS stands for frames per second. We're going to restrict our game to draw a maximum of 60 times per second, or 60 FPS. After initializing a Pygame, but before the game loop starts, create a new game time clock. Okay. A DT variable set to 0. We're just creating a new variable. Okay. What would we call this? A game time? Here, we'll do... We don't have the documentation anymore. We closed it. Okay, so clock. I'm guessing we're creating a new instance of it like this, right? We'll get an error if that doesn't work. And then we're going to have a dt equals 0. At the end of each iteration of the game loop, call the tick method and pass it 60. It will pause the game loop until 1 out of 60th of a second has passed. All right. It's not auto-filling. I mean, this is where I'd rather like just use ChatGPT for documentation, look up stuff. Like if I need to invoke, I would assume. Yeah, okay. So I'm creating a new instance of it and storing it. Got it. All right. So this was correct. I think some of the autofill stuff might be off just because I refuse to install the extension, which I might do next time it asks. All right. At the end of each iteration of the game loop, call tick. And pass it 60. It will pause the game loop until 1 out of 60th of a second has passed. Okay. I think Python documentation sucks. Damn. All right, so the tick method also returns the amount of time that has passed since the last time it was called, the delta time. Okay. Divide the return value by 1,000. All right. dt divided by 1,000. So we're getting milliseconds. We're changing it to seconds. We're not using dt yet, but we will later. Okay, I was wondering what we were going to use it for. Last. Okay. Rerun the game. You should still see the same black screen, but this time it should use less of your system's resources. No errors. Okay. We're going to assume everything's good. Can probably go to the next step. No, we should actually. I think I'm going to continue this going into Tuesday. So I need to update the schedule as well on Twitch, and we're going to do all that over the next 45 minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm kind of just going to keep it open. If you guys have any questions, anything like that while I'm working, I'll probably try to show what I'm working on. Feel free to ask in chat. Let me go ahead and delete some of this stuff. Move. Unpin message. And then same for this. unpin this message. All right, so the very first thing that we need to do, oh, I should put a pin comment. If you have web dev, career, if you have questions about becoming a web developer, all right, pinned. All right, looks good. All right, cool. You know what? YouTube just doesn't work like that. Usually it's got to be like event based. I'll hang out on YouTube a little bit, I think. Nah. Let me see. Do we have anyone on YouTube? We got a few people. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert over to Twitch. So we'll end the stream here, and then we'll go live on YouTube, and we'll do some Boot.dev stuff tomorrow. We're actually going to go live on YouTube to do the course creation stuff later today. But I'm finding that, like, people honestly are just unsubscribing from, like, just the grinding, from the live streams specifically. Like, people on YouTube do not like the live streams. Twitch, it's a little bit more like you could just share your day and go, like, it's like a like a work in public sort of thing, and it's accepted on Twitch. People don't like that on YouTube. That's one thing I noticed, at least not on my channel. So I'll try to trim back the streams if people don't like it. But yeah, it's just an observation I made. So I'm going to go offline on YouTube. I'm going to stay on Twitch, and we're just going to work through some stuff. And if you guys have any questions on Twitch about, like, becoming a web dev, or you just want to chat, you know, I'll be here. All right, so goodbye, YouTube. See ya later.